This is the Solid Signal podcast for the week of August 7th, 2023. And I have got some news for you. This is an exclusive, my friends, and it's just you, the Solid Signal podcast faithful, are the first ones to hear it. You won't find this news anywhere else. That's right. It's just for the podcast listeners. Feel free to spread it. Feel free to tell your friends that you heard it first. This year, Signal Connect will not be exhibiting at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show, held October 25th to 29th, 2023. Why? You might be asking. Well, there's a really excellent reason for it. We'll be there. We will have people on the ground the entire time, ready to answer your questions, ready to talk to you, but we will not be exhibiting. You might be saying to yourself, that's a really weird thing to crow about. Why, these guys are not going to be at a show? That's what their big news is? Well, let me tell you why. For the last several years, we have had an exhibit booth at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show, and it's been successful. So successful, in fact, that people could not fit inside it. We had lines out onto the booth alleyway, call it what you will, of people who wanted to talk to us. And that was with bringing all the staff that we could. It just turns out that the booth environment was not a good one for us. If we really wanted to have the presence in a booth that we needed, we probably would have needed a booth about 5-6 times the size of the one that we had. And it wouldn't have been really cost effective, because when it comes right down to it, it's face-to-face, one-on-one contact that people are craving. And that's what we are prepared to provide. If you're planning on being at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show, like I said, held October 25th to 29th, right on Fort Lauderdale Beach, right at the BHMR, you're going to want to make an appointment. You're going to want to call the folks at Signal Connect, because we're going to have people on site who are ready to meet with you, ready to meet on your schedule. But you want to make sure that you get the first crack at them. You want to make sure you're the one who gets that first slot. You see, it turned out that all the fancy stuff with the booth and the background and the tables and the shopping and the things and bringing all those extra support staff was just cramping our style. And it wasn't helping us meet with the people we needed to meet with. So we decided not to do it. And it's meant that we've cleared up a lot more time for our Signal Connect experts to meet with the people that they want to meet with. Signal Connect has more experience doing marine activations than anybody else. And that's why we get to the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show, and the folks who go, especially Isa Aljalat and David Ross, they're treated like celebrities. They're mobbed, they're thronged. Everybody wants a piece of them, and I totally get it, because everybody knows them. They're the guys who are the friends in the business. You know how when you say, oh, I got a friend in the business? It turns out they're everybody's friend in the business. And if they're yours, great, you can meet with them. Or if you want to make a new friend in the business, even better, because that's what they're there for, is to meet with old friends and make new ones too. All you got to do is reach out. You can do this one of a couple of different ways. You can call us at 888-233-7563. Say that you want to meet with Dave or Isa at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show. Or you can go to signalconnect.com/Ross or signalconnect.com/Isa. That's ESSA. At the bottom of each page, there's a form to fill out. Just say, okay, I want to be meeting with you guys. This is the time that I'm available. This is the phone number that you can reach me at, or the email or the text, whatever works for you. We try to make it easy for you to make these connections, because these are the kind of connections that you're going to want. These are the connections that are going to make your marine experience better. And who better to talk to than the guys who know more about it than anyone else? I'm consistently impressed by the folks that I work with, because, honestly, there's just so much to know. Doing satellite television, satellite internet, and cellular stuff for boats is so different from doing it for just land-based stuff. And I didn't really believe it at first. When I first started working with Solid Signal in the early 2010s, I thought it couldn't be that different. I mean, it's just the same equipment, right? But there's so much more to it. Maybe you're the kind of person who goes from country to country and you want a system that's going to work with every satellite system that is in the country. Maybe you want to keep satellite television, but you want to add something like Starlink and you want it to look just perfect. No problem. Maybe you're the kind of person who just wants the best of everything and you want a stable internet connection that works no matter where you are without any sort of, having to reconfigure it or whatever. Whether you're in the marina, just works. Whether you're within 10 miles of shore, just works. Whether you're within 100 miles of shore, just works. These are the guys that can make that happen for you. And these are the guys you need to talk to before you set out on that long journey, because you want everything to be perfect ahead of time. The sad thing is, as much as we love to ship stuff out to people overnight, you can't always ship somebody something in the middle of the ocean. I suppose you could probably hire a helicopter to do it at insane amounts of money. And it wouldn't surprise me if Dave Barisa had done this sort of thing. But short of that, you're going to want to make sure that you're as set up as you can possibly be once you're in port, whatever port that is. And these are the guys who are going to make it happen for you. These are the guys who have made it happen for some of the largest and most expensive yachts in the world. And that's how you can trust them. Because, the people who run those big ships, they're not exactly forgiving if something doesn't go right. And so if you can keep those people happy, well, then you've really accomplished something. And our friends at Signal Connect, Dave and Isa, have done that. So let them give you the same amount of service. Let them tell you all about it, especially if you're going to be in Fort Lauderdale for the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show, then meet with them there. If you're not, hey, no problem. But what you want to do is call or fill out that form quickly, because as we get closer to October, they're going to be really focusing on those Fort Lauderdale connections. And you don't want to be left out in the cold. You want to make sure that you get your time with these valuable experts. Let me give you the contact information again. It's 888-233-7563. That's the phone number. Or if you want to contact them directly, go to signalconnect.com/Ross, that's ROSS, or signalconnect.com/ESA, that's ESSA, and you'll see their direct cell numbers are there. You can fill out a form, get them to contact you back, and you'll know that you're hooked up with the best expert possible. Don't wait. Do it now, because, as I said, as we get closer to October, they're going to be focusing on those Fort Lauderdale plans. And once you start planning for Fort Lauderdale, you can't go back. Anyway, friends, that's about it for the Solid Signal podcast this week. I hope that you have a great week. Please do me a favor, like, subscribe, and leave a comment anywhere that you get this podcast. And we'll pick it up again. Have more fun next week.